Welcome to the Redvee TV preview show, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2019 season, as we look ahead to the clash, the round 24 clash against Wakefield Trinity this Friday evening, back here at the Totally Wicked Stadium. It's going to be a good few weeks since we were here against Wigan.
Feels like it.
And the last home game before Wembley, so a chance for the fans to send them off 2 weeks early, 3 weeks early.
Yeah, I say it does feel like a long time since we've been here, doesn't it?
Quirks of the fixture list.
Quirks of the fixture list, yeah.
Quark, cheese.
It's not real cheese. Yeah, a nice August evening for the game. Hopefully the clouds clear and we have a little bit of sunshine.
Yeah. Listen, we covered Justin Holbrook yesterday in the preview show. If you haven't seen it, click on it below. So we don't need to cover that.
No.
The club have said there's going to be no more comments. They're not going to focus on it. They're going to concentrate on the season. There'll be nothing done until after the Challenge Cup final. So, yeah, it's done and dusted.
Yeah.
We move on. Squad for Friday night.
Yeah, Zeb Tyre returns alongside Jack Wellesby and Aaron Smith, with Alex Walmsley dropping out due to an eye injury sustained against Halifax. Morgan Knowles also misses out. He was named in the 19 against Halifax, but I think he's still got a rib injury that he sustained against London. And Matty Costello drops out. I'm glad that we're essentially sticking with full strength for this game. Yeah.
Trying to essentially get the win. It should mathematically wrap up close to mathematically wrap up the League Leaders Shield. If Warrington don't win at Catalan, it's guaranteed. If not, points difference could stop us. And then will that shape Holbrook's thinking over the next couple of weeks heading to Wembley with Warrington and Leeds away looming?
It could do, but I don't know if I'm more of the ilk of after watching the game against Halifax and us look a little bit disjointed after having a couple of weeks off. Do you stick with relatively full strength all the way through now? Everybody's had a week off or so. Everybody's had a little bit of and got a little bit of gas back in the tank. If you start chopping and changing too much now, then that kind of winning mentality, that being ready for games, does that ebb away a little bit potentially? Yeah,
potentially. I think the only sticking point for me is Warrington away when we're playing them in the cup final. Do you not want to show your hand? Will Warrington be the same? Will Warrington rest players against us next week, knowing that the League Leaders Shield is gone? We will wait and see. It could be an academy game next Thursday night, couldn't it, potentially?
It could be, but
it'd be interesting to see the squads. And let's be honest, we'll name our squad, so we'll know what we're playing, but Warrington will put 40 in there. I'd still name someone who's not in it.
Yeah. I don't know. When you say show our hand, we're this far into a season. It's not like when the Challenge Cup used to get played right early in the season. We're this far in. Warrington know what we're about. We know what Warrington are about.
My worry is that they go headhunting and try and put somebody out to improve the chances in a final. Does it go on?
Yeah, of course it does. I know, I'm not accusing Warrington of that, but you only have to look at the likes of Terry Newton ending our season a good couple of years ago by trying to take out quite a few of our players. It will happen. It's probably not a direct edict from the coach. It's more of a, I don't know, personal crusade, you'd say. But yeah, rough hours, and it possibly does.
For me, I'd like to win this week. Rest players next week at Warrington if anybody needs resting. Go full tilt at Leeds.
Needs resting?
Well, protect players then, and then go full tilt at Leeds and beat them.
I think that's it with the Leeds one. We play Thursday night again.
And I don't think we should affect the league table. I think we need to go full strength and show the league the respect it deserves.
Don't start that again. I think with Leeds...
Isn't that right, Sydney?
I think with Leeds, you've got to go near enough full strength. As full strength as you can.
Because you don't want to go to Wembley on a loss.
Correct. And not only do you want to go, and I know people don't necessarily believe in momentum as such, but you want to go with that kind of everyone's played. We play on the Thursday, so we've got that extra couple of days rest in there. So the lads can get back, they can have Friday, Saturday off, maybe Sunday, and then you can come back into training as normal, but you've had a couple more days to rest them little knocks, them bumps and bruises that you get in the course of a game.
The biggest call for me this week is what Saints do at fullback. Obviously Lachlan Coote's still missing again. He is injured, but protect him anyway if he's carrying a knock. I thought we missed Johnny Lomax in the halves alongside Theo Farge. I'd like to see Jack Wellesby restored there. and Lomax in at 6, for anybody having a moment the other day, and Theophage at 7.
Yeah, I don't think either of our half-backs actually covered themselves in glory at the Halifax game. I thought we tried pushing it a little bit too much, tried going a little bit wide too early.
Is that a case of then, does Theo just play better with Johnny alongside him because he knows his role? Does Lomax bring the best out of him, or does Lomax cover for Theo's deficiencies? It's an argument both ways.
It is, and it's also the argument of what does Coop bring to that half-back partnership that you're missing with him not playing. And it might not necessarily be anything to do with personnel in there.
It's a puzzle that we thought we'd solved.
Yeah.
And we had
in fact,
a full-strength side.
Here we go. It might be with Lomax there, because when Richardson filled in for Fage earlier in the season and we had Coot at full-back, I know we had Wellsby at full-back for one of the games as well. But we played well, we scored points. So whether it is more of a missing Coot than who's in at half-back, I don't think either of our half-backs last week covered themselves in glory.
Some combinations just don't work. Do you even go with Lomax and Richardson?
You could do. I mean, if you want to keep Richardson in, I was having a chat with one of the guys at work, and he said it usually, when Richardson's been out for a while, it usually looks like it takes him 3 weeks to get back into it.
So he's still going to have a morning?
Probably.
Well, 6 and 7, aren't they? Still going the wrong way around.
Yeah.
Again.
But yeah, with Richardson, it looks like it takes him a couple of weeks sometimes just to get back into it when he's not been playing, because he's not been over at Lee with no reserve team rugby at the moment. So if he comes in, he could end up having a wow of a game against Wakefield on Friday, and all of a sudden it makes you look daft when you turn around and say, well, we should have stuck with our normal halfbacks. Personally, again, I don't think the disruption of your halfbacks is the best way to go. I mean, what do I know? But I'd prefer to see one position changed than kind of moving somebody out of a key position like halfback.
Chris Chester's Wakefield then, 1 win and 9. They're in trouble, and it's only because there's worse teams that they're not bottom. They're 2 points off. They're not out of it themselves by any means at this moment in time.
That's it. I think they've said that they want to bring in a couple of signings before they play us. Whether that they can do that, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're struggling, and on paper they're a good team. I mean, with the likes of Fafita, I know he's injured and he's playing through the pain barrier, but with the likes of Fafita up front, you'd almost think, well, they should be doing better. They've got a big, strong pack, but is it the reliance on players having to play out of position because they've had too many injuries?
And for me, Wakefield look like a side who've got, when they're fully fit, they can put a competitive 17 on the park.
Definitely.
Any injuries whatsoever, and well, you see what's happened to them.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you look at the likes of they brought Mason Caton Brown back in, and he's now left the club. He's gone pursuing different business opportunities. Well, it's obviously but it might be a career. That's the thing. He could end up being, I don't know what he's gone into, if he's been an estate agent or something like that. That's his career until he's 60.
And you can see why the NRL looks down on rugby league in this country. That's the state the game's in.
He's come back in, and it's a lot of short-term fixes they seem to have to do. They've been really unlucky. They've lost two of the best players in the league in Tom Johnson and Bill Tupou to injury for large parts of the year. No, Tupou's back now. But when you're losing players of that ilk, then you are always going to struggle, especially a team of Wakefield's comparative size.
9 minutes in, and well, we don't need to discuss anything else that's happened in rugby league this week. I think it's time we kick the can and wrap it up. I
think the only question that we'll probably get asked on the bottom of this is, if Richardson doesn't play, who kicks? Saying I've heard that we've not got to kick up. We have. Mark Percival's either got to suck it up and start kicking, because he's the better one left in the squad, or Tommy Makinson does it.
Or if you score it, you kick it.
Yeah. That should be the rule anyway.
And that's all the prop forwards trying to drive it in down the middle. How good a rule would that be in rugby league?
Fantastic.
It'd be brilliant.
Your wingers would awesome. They'd have to be awesome kickers, though, wouldn't they?
What's his face?
Tommy Makinson, would be.
Mr. Foster would still have a career.
Yeah, Jamie Foster, yeah, it would be.
But yeah, there we go. Right, 10 minutes done. We will catch you Friday night for the instant fan reaction. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you soon.